What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Two Kims.
One Pod.
One Pod. We're your host, Peter Kim.
And this is Unji Kim.
Unji, I'm so excited for our tour dates. Okay. Okay, they're finalized. You guys, the East Coast tour is happening. August 2nd, where are we going to be?
Pittsburgh.
City Winery. August 3rd, where are we going to be?
Philly.
City Winery. August 4th, where are we going to be?
Stand Up New York in New York City.
New York City, baby. And August 5th, we're going to be in none other than the last stop on our tour, Boston, Massachusetts, City Winery. So it's City Winery, Stand Up New York, City Winery. 4 days in a row. This is going to be crazy. We've never done 4 live shows in a row.
We don't even do 4 live shows at our home.
At our homes. So I'm really starting to I'm upping my calisthenics. I'm upping my my stamina.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be hard for me.
Yes.
I'm not in shape to do 4 these are big shows, 90-minute shows.
Yes.
We're doing bits. You and I are coming out. We're doing stand-up. We're going to have local guests stand-ups come in. Oh my God, this is going to be so fun. Pittsburgh, I'm already so excited. We got a couple of comics lined up. Philly, New York, New York's going to be so embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, we're coming home.
Come on.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see my high school friends in New York. It's going to be so fun. Guys, go to our link trees or go to the City Winery or Stand Up New York sites. All the dates are on our websites, on our socials, all of it. You'll see it up there. Just go find it. Buy your tickets now. They are selling like hotcakes. So we'll see you in the East Coast. I'm so excited for that. Okay, now that that's out of the way. I'm so excited for the East Coast.
That's just the pause of the...
Because, okay, I'm back in LA, and let me just say, the relationship that Los Angelinos have with their dogs is toxic.
Toxic?
It's toxic, and not their relationship. It's how they treat their dogs. Because in Los Angeles, dogs are children.
Yes,
Okay,
they are.
We don't have kids here.
No,
we don't do kids in Los Angeles.
No, you can't.
The air quality is. They're choking on the air.
Yeah, they won't survive. Yeah,
no.
But dogs can die.
Dogs have short lives, so we're used to it. When a dog dies in 12 years, we're like, oh, he lived such a good life. If a child dies in 12 years, you're like, I'm changed.
He never saw his bar. Yeah, never saw his bar mitzvah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it died too young. So, Los Angelinos.
So dark.
It's so dark, but it's the same 12 years, and And here's the thing, I love dogs. I love every dog, even the ones that are kind of fucked up in the head, like Mengele.
Oh, okay.
They've been in dog fights or in the streets, flea ridden. Even those dogs, I have compassion for dogs. I don't know if it's because we're both Year of the Dog Zodiac or something like that, but I've always had a kinship with the canines.
But not for humans.
But especially not the humans that own them in LA. Because Los Angelinos don't have kids, they go in on how they raise their dogs, how other people should treat their dogs, what kind of boundaries their dogs should have, emotional support. This is getting out of control.
So many dogs I know are on antidepressants, and I'm like, what's happening? What's happening?
Your dog and I should not be on the same medication.
The same dosage of Lexapro? Absolutely not.
No.
Your dog is 40 pounds.
Exactly. It should be afraid. It's natural for a tiny chihuahua to be trembling.
Yes.
That's natural. For you to deaden its senses, so it's just laying in a lap or in your little tote bag, it's crazy to me. And here's the worst part is dog parents at dog parks really drive me fucking crazy. And you might think this with other parents you see at parks. It's a similar thing maybe. Because dog parents at dog parks all want to talk. And
to each other?
I don't want to talk. I don't want to
other?
talk. They want to have a community. It's we're all dog owners.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if human parents do that, want to talk to each other, but I don't want to talk at a dog park.
Yeah.
I only go to the dog park because my dog needs to be with other dogs. I don't want to be there. Trust me. And that's why I have AirPods on now.
Ooh.
Because every time a dog owner approaches me, it's the same fucking questions. It's the same 3 questions. What kind of breed? What's the breed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Oh, is it boy or girl? Boy or girl? And they're always like looking at the undercarriage to try to figure it out. Like, is it boy or girl?
Looking at the undercarriage?
Is it a boy or girl? Girl? Is she? Is she a he, she? And then the third question is, did you rescue? Tell me you rescued. You gotta rescue. Oh my god. You gotta rescue. You can't buy. Adopts don't buy. Oh, there's so many dogs that need our help. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
I guess that's like the similar way that parents talk to each other when they approach each other at a park. It's like, is it yours? Because there's so many nannies.
Oh, yeah. Is it yours is such a funny question for are you a nanny?
Yeah.
Usually if the race is different, you know it's not. But maybe they're adopted?
Yes, that's what I mean. Is it yours?
Oh, okay.
Is one. I guess maybe like other... It's funny, my nanny rarely gets that question. I've gotten it.
You're getting the question? Oh, because you look full Asian Korean.
But my son like clearly looks half... I don't know. It's very weird, right? So yeah, I get asked, is it yours?
He doesn't look clearly half Asian, I wouldn't say.
What does he look like?
I would think like, oh, he's mixed of some sort, but I wouldn't immediately go to Asian. I would maybe go to like, oh, is he like Russian, Kazakh? You know, like some kind of like
what, a Kazakh?
Eurasian. You know, Kazakhs look like us. There's a lot of us looking like East Asian ass looking, but you know, kind of like.
The word is not Cossack, Peter.
Kazakhs, Kazakhstan.
Oh, okay, okay.
Kazakians.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Where Borat's from?
Okay.
Kazakhstan. That's a real place, right?
Yes. I thought you were talking about
thank
Cossacks.
God.
Okay, yeah.
What are Cossacks?
They're like people like that were very famous. Like, you know, the picture of like the guys with the big fur hats that like are kicking.
And then they're like kicking. Yeah.
Yeah. They actually kill all the Jews. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, not them. Sorry. Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Kazakhstanians.
So yeah, I get asked, is it yours? How old? That's a big
How do you
thing.
respond when they ask, is it yours?
Stony silence.
Just to clear, like. I should just go up to like people who have kids and be like, is it a boy or a girl?
Yes.
Just look at their undercarriage. Is it a boy or a girl? Oh, did you adopt? Did you adopt? You know you have to adopt.
That's literally the same thing.
Tell me you didn't
like,
breed.
Yeah.
Did you breed?
When they ask if it's yours, they're basically asking like, did you adopt it? They're asking you about the origin, right? And then how old, and if it's a boy or girl. It's literally the same questions.
But there's no stigma about like not adopting. Like if you're like, oh, is it yours? And you say like, oh yeah, it's mine. They're not looking at it as if like you bred a dog.
Well, let's see
or
how
you
liberal.
Bought it from a breeder.
I don't know. Maybe it depends on how liberal a city you're living in. Yeah.
I guess if you're in Portland, you better be adopting interracial kids.
Exactly.
Angelina Jolie was really ahead of the time.
For real. She kind of saw it all coming. So wait,
no, truly, like now I have AirPods in, and I'm sitting there like trying to actively ignore people. Like if you have AirPods in at a dog park, that clearly says do not approach me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? One time, this lady came up to me and she's like, "What are you listening to?" And I was like, what are you? And because I wasn't listening to anything, because I was faking it, I heard her. So I instinctively was like, oh, nothing. I just have them on. And I'm
you
like,
couldn't lie?
I couldn't lie. You know, like when you're so surprised that your brain can't even think of anything. So it's like, just say what's happening. So I was like, oh, nothing. I just have them on. And she was like, oh, okay. And then she proceeded to have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
And then I got stuck and I had to like take them out and put it in my little like AirPod case or whatever. So now I'm like looking for a real good way to ensure that people don't approach me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what I'm going to do is just keep them on. and not listen to music, but like have them off. And if someone ever approaches me and they're like, hi, or something, I'll just like take them off and be like, oh, one sec. Oh, Mom? What's happening at the hospital? Oh my God. Wait, hold on. This lady wants to ask me a question about my dog. Hold on. Tell the doctor to hold on. What was it? He's a boy. 1.5. No, I bought because I'm not a good person. And then, because that's what they want to hear. They want to hear, are you a good person or a bad person? That's what they want to hear.
Maybe you should wear like a shirt that has the answers to those questions.
Just carry a sign.
Like wear a shirt that says, like just wear a sign. Boy.
Aussie Doodle. Boy. 1.5. Bought. Yes.
And on the back it says, I'm a bad person.
I'm a bad person.
Because, and especially if you have the AirPods in, one, it says like, it means I have disposable income, right? AirPods.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
No, true. Oh, yeah. I shouldn't be laughing at that. Some people cannot afford AirPods.
Yeah, I've lost so many of them, so that's kind of cool of me. I wish there's a way for me to.
That's even more privileged.
That's what I mean. I wish there's a way. I wish I could tell people that. Be like, actually, I've lost like 2.
I wish there was something wired because I keep losing my AirPods. I'm like, how many can you lose in a whole year? Like 1 a month, I guess.
There's no way to flex like that.
Wow, she's bought 12 AirPods and she's circumlocutously bragging about it.
Like as I'm there with like my the ones that like the buds that come with the phone. The things that like,
yes, the wired ones.
The wired ones are the only ones I have. I want to be able to signal to people like I've actually lost a lot. This is not because I can't afford it.
Yeah. That's worth your time to do.
Okay, I'm going to thank you for that. I'm going to think on it and I'm going to figure out a way to work it in and have a big chunk on it when we go to Pittsburgh, August 2nd.
Please get your tickets. Pittsburgh's the city that we're a little worried about.
Yes.
There's not a lot of Asians there. There's not a lot of gays there. So, it's mostly bridges and baseball. So, if you're in Pittsburgh,
if any of the
bridges want to come hang out. Yeah. Trust me, I won't burn you. Anyway, I'll roast you, but I won't burn you.
Oh my God, I'm itchy now. That's like made me break out.
Sorry. The corn.
Wait, do you just not like other dog parents, or is it just like the interaction with a stranger in a space like that, like a third space?
Both, because there are dog parents that I have friends that are dog parents, and let me tell you, this is the Korean mom in me coming out, is when I'm with other people with dogs and I see how they parent, I start getting so judgmental.
What do you say?
I never say anything. I never say it out loud because, again, like those bridges in Pittsburgh, don't want to burn them. But I really am trying to be less judgy because, some dogs, and I know my little brother who has a dog, feels very judged by me. I get
you are judging him. Yeah,
I'm judgmental. I talked to my friend Christine, who I grew up with. We were in kindergarten together. I call her my cousin.
Yeah,
she's from New York. Shout out to Christine. And I was texting with her, and she's like, "How's your brother?" Blah blah. And I was telling her about blah blah. I think he feels judged by me, and she goes, "Well, we all do.
Yeah,
you're
very judgmental."
And I was like, "Oh my God, one of my oldest friends is reading me like this. I should be less judgmental." But I can't help it. I can't help feeling like when a dog is acting crazy and their parent is like, "Oh, let's say Sugar, Sugar, come on, Sugar, no, stop it, Sugar," instead of training it or giving it boundaries or whatever, it's just
giving it consequences for behavior.
No,
yes,
you don't do this, time or whatever. It's just that kind of parenting, I could imagine if I was a parent of a child and my child, through stern voice and frequent punishment, is really behaving well around other children, right? And these other kids are probably going crazy, and I'm imagining myself just watching, my eyes like twitching, watching these parents going like, Bobby, don't do that, Bobby. Oh, Bobby, don't do that. Oh, you're being silly, Bobby. Like, I would freak out. I would have to like slap another person's kid. Like, you remember when like when we were we were young, we got slapped by other people's kids. I mean, other people's parents.
Yeah.
Ajashis and ajumas were slapping willy-nilly.
Oh, they were out in these streets abusing
You didn't have to be...
other people's children.
At Friday night church service. Because kids are out of hand and they were being slapped. Okay?
There were consequences.
Boundaries.
There were consequences. I mean, okay, so I will say there's a little bit of... I, as a parent, like, have found myself to become less judgmental just because...
Tell me how you got there.
I think it's because when you are a parent, you have to give yourself a lot of grace because you just wind up disappointing yourself and your family a lot more than you think that you will. Like, you're just like, oh, okay, I guess today I'm gonna call this an L. Like, I'm just taking the L. Today I'm not showing up for myself. I haven't shown up for my family in any sort of way because work, this, that. I mean, there's just so many variables, and you're dealing with a full ass person. And who has also a will and a way and like also has bad days, whatever. Mm-hmm. I 100% have a lot more empathy for parents, but I will say there is this very specific trend in parenting. It's called gentle parenting.
I've heard of this.
I
don't like it.
I don't like it, and
I don't like it, and that might be the trauma in me coming out. But I don't appreciate this.
It's not good for the kid. You see,
it's not.
There's now at this point a several grades of children that have been gentle parented, and the
Can you explain that for the listeners?
It's like
who don't
where
know?
you don't tell them no, or you don't really set up boundaries. You like are like affirm a lot of their feelings, and you say, okay, I respect this feeling, and so can you make more positive choices?
It's very like therapy kids,
and
like,
you're like letting them make choices and like making sure that they are safe and feel affirmed, constantly feel affirmed. And it's
we're talking about that chihuahua that's on sedatives.
Exactly.
Like, we can't.
They are children. They need to have boundaries.
You should be
scared. And there needs to be consequences. They don't need to be scared. Yes. They just need to know there is...
No, they have to be scared because fear is part of life. I'm not saying like they should be scared of their parent beating them.
Sure.
But fear is good. Like, we need fear to be like, oh, how do you learn things if you don't go, hot.
You get burned.
Yes. Or like you do something stupid and then you get consequences because you did it to, like a bunch of kids that are going to be mean to you. Like, you have to have boundaries. You have to have, like, this type of parenting is like, I think we've been therapized so much that like, they're like, let's have these kids communicate back and forth with us like everyone's an adult. It's like, this bitch is 3. Tell him to not touch that.
They don't know any better. I mean, I describe gentle parenting this way, okay? I live off a very fancy street in Chicago, and I describe it like this. It's like gentle parenting is watching parents making 6 figures beg their child to get into a Tesla. That's literally what it is.
Yuck.
You're just, exactly. You're just watching it and them being just like, Brayden, can we make good choices today? Brayden. And it's just like, this bitch is just screaming at their parent, bullying
when you scream,
their parent.
I feel, it's just like, what the fuck are we
doing?
doing?
Get in the fucking car.
Bitch, if you don't get in this goddamn Tesla X right now, bitch. Like, Tesla has to make an automated nanny that snatches the kid into their cars.
We're late for tennis. It's
bitch, it's polo time. Let's go.
You can't, the thing is, it's like, I'm not trying to deny children's feelings, but there's moments where people are like, well, children are like our most vulnerable class of humans. And that's true. There are like the large population of people that live under the poverty and go hungry a lot of the time are children. Not denying that. I'm talking about children that get asked what kind of cereal or breakfast sandwich or what they want to have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They are not the most vulnerable parts of our society.
No.
These are tyrants.
The least vulnerable. They're the least. They will never be touched.
Fully bullying lawyers and doctors, like people with many graduate degrees. They are bullying them. And I'm watching it, and I'm just like, absolutely not. I mean, there are times when I do feel bad because my son is fully afraid of me. Like, one time my husband...
He should be. He should be.
Because he's like,
You are his Korean mother.
Can I tell you, my son had listened to this story on NPR about the writer's strike. And this bitch came in puffy with an idea. And he came straight up to me, and he had this idea after listening to this, the news story on NPR about the writer's strike. And he came in puffy with a fucking idea. This bitch was like, oh, I got it. And he came and was like, I'm going to go on strike, just like the writers. And I was like, what are you gonna do?
What are your demands?
What are your demands? Like, and he's like, I want an hour of screen time every day. And I'm not gonna do any of my chores until you give it to me. And I looked at him and I said, you don't do your chores anyway.
So no screen time.
No screen time. No screen time. And I was like, you know what? I was like, you don't have any chips on you're not essential to the household. You don't do anything I need you to do.
Honey, and there's you trying to bargain with what collective?
With what collective? It's just
Bitch, you ain't got a union, hon.
You try to get your sister involved. Let me tell you, she's not doing shit either.
She's a scab, honey. Okay, she's willing to work for anything. Bitch, she's still on my tits. And you better recognize.
Exactly. And I was like, you think that you have any chips? You know what I have? I could actually take away, like, the fact you're making this demand, I'm taking away 15 minutes of your screen time, bitch. And he was like,
Look what happened.
Miscalculation. Miscalculation.
You better thought about that before you went straight into arbitration, huh?
It's like, you want to play big boy games? Let's play.
Let's play. Let's play. I've been a big boy for a long time, bitch. Let's go. That's so funny.
And like, truly, he came in puffy.
You try to come at me with some MP, bitch.
And I just deflated immediately,
good,
boof.
Good. Yeah, boof. You were a charter school and you were like, bust that union.
Exactly. I was just like, absolutely. He was like coming in puffy with this union talk, and I was like, absolutely not. This is not.
Bitch.
This is this. You have no collective. This is. I was like, I literally pulled him in close, and I was like, this is a dictatorship.
You better recognize, and you're not even in the family yet. Okay?
Like, I am Imelda Marcos, and you are one of my shoes.
Now, come take this garbage out. That's so funny.
And he doesn't do it. I mean, like it's just like, if you want to do it, that was for me the incentive. But it's, the gentle parenting of it all, just like, I just can't even.
Well, yuck. Ugh. No, I can't. I'm not a fan of it. No. Children need boundaries.
And your dog has boundaries? Or is he fully...
My dog has boundaries. Let me tell you. Oh, well, he sleeps in the bed. And we do cuddle. And sometimes he's a big spoon. But here's what. There are other boundaries we do set for our dog because, our dog barks.
Yes.
And is very, he's very, protective of the household. So, anyone that goes by the perimeter, whether it's a human, another animal, whatever, he is bark, and, getting defensive. Okay. And we want him to stop that because it's really annoying. But also, it's not great for the neighborhood.
Sure.
It's really not great for the neighborhood, and there's no need for him to be doing that. And some people, these, gentle parenting dog parents, kind of, they're like, oh, that's how they communicate. That's, they bark. That's how they talk. And, we really have to just really let them communicate. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? You have a barking ass dog. Dogs are supposed to be trained. They're domesticated for a reason. And they have been for years. I'm not saying these are the same thing as kids, but kind of, you have to give them a box to live in. And so now we're using a training collar for him. And, some dog parents are like, oh, that's inhumane. How could you can't just stop him from being his dog self. And I'm like, you're you didn't have enough boundaries
Yes.
or love in your life. So now you're doing this, you're projecting this onto your dog son or whatever the fuck. Like, I don't care. I don't care how you think this, what's the best way. Like they're being judgmental to me, about the way I'm raising my dog.
I just don't understand. When did we decide that people and dogs can't be dumb? Like, I don't understand when we decided that. Like, as a culture. Like, my son, the first time he ever ate an orange, okay, he tried to eat it like an apple. They're fucking dumb. Like, it's not, you have to teach people and give them boundaries.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I mean, we were supposed, I literally do not understand, like, I am someone who's become really turned around, and I do think that we need to stop supporting the dreams of our children because it is getting out of control. Like, we are truly being like,
and you can't. You're in no position to help them achieve these goals.
Absolutely,
that's what
not.
I mean. Especially after affirmative action got knocked down. Like, honey, good luck.
That's literally what I've been talking. That's what I'm talking about.
Good luck, bitch. You lucky you have white.
Exactly. That's why all these Asian kids are like wah 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 their way to this like situation. It's because their parents supported their dreams and they wanted to go to fucking Harvard, as opposed to just man, you could have gone to USLA. That would have been totally fine. Why do we need to support these dreams like this? Like, I don't fucking get it. Like, there needs to be nothing wrong with a little dose of reality along with some support. There's nothing wrong with that.
For sure.
Let's be reasonable. Let's be reasonable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you, speaking of rearing kids, have you been hanging out with any other moms lately?
Smooth, Peter.
I mean, we're 34 minutes in and we did one segment, so I'm trying to get these segmented. We've got half hour on the first segment.
Oh, speaking of, have you been hanging out with any other mothers lately?
Let me try it again. So yeah, how do you hang out with other moms? Is that cool? Are you cool with other moms, or
okay? So this is.
Are you like not the cool mom?
Okay, so what happened was I was at this gathering of other like parents at the end of the year for my son's school, and I kind of realized in this moment that all the cool moms have been on a text thread and like hanging out. You know that, like,
how do the cool moms manifest? Like, how do you know just by looking at them? What are they wearing? What do they look like?
They just are cooler. Like, they just are not as intense about their kids and like this sort of like hyper sort of focus on their children and their children's activities and like all that shit. These are like not those moms. These are women with like their own careers and individual like personalities and are chill and drink, and it's like clear from like the way that this. And the thing is, I don't really hang out with them that often because I don't do a lot of drop-offs.
How often are we talking?
I've seen these parents.
What's the
like,
frequency?
I see them like 3 or 4 times a year, birthday parties, etc. Like, I don't really do pickups and drop-offs. So my mom picks them up and my husband drops off. So drops off in the morning and my mom picks up in the afternoon. So like, I don't really see a lot of the parents. And also, like, he goes and does, whatever. I just don't see a lot of them that often. So, but that phrase, like, is everyone hanging out without me? And it turns out they fully have been. Like, it was like one of those things where I was like, oh, I thought I was being paranoid, and I wasn't. I was.
You fully were being absolutely on the nose.
Yes, like.
Yeah.
And
how did you find out?
Because I was invited into it. Because I got added to the text. I got added to the
text,
group.
To the group text?
Yes.
And then you saw all the group text before it?
No. It's like I got added. I don't. I can't see it like that. But like.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, so I finally get invited to like a cool mom hang, and it was really fun. It was really fun. It was like it was like a dinner party, and it was at the main mom's house. It was really.
Oh wow!
I'm telling you, Peter.
Big house.
Big house. Impeccable taste. Interesting furniture.
Wow.
Good music. Good decor. Good taste. Like good food. Like the carnitas were moist. The fish tacos were fresh. the wines were sparkling. Like it was,
Wow.
and it was like all interesting. Like
what kind of napkins?
all cloth.
Bitch, that's how you know.
All cloth.
That's how you know. You look at the napkins.
All
you know what I
cloth.
also look at is the forks. The heft of a fork at someone's house tells you everything.
It was heavy.
Bitch, if you got a Fortessa in your home, you know a Fortessa?
What's that Fortessa?
It's a type of silverware that restaurants use. It's really nice. And then when you see that at a house, you're like, this bitch knows how to host.
Yeah, she entertains.
She wants people in her house, and she wants people to be writing about it.
And she definitely entertains a lot. Like I'm talking like like lucite chairs, lucite pulls, like just
lucite.
Good. Yeah,
Wow.
like you know what I mean? Like cool,
expensive,
yeah. Like and expensive, but not tacky. Right? Because good having money never translates to having great taste.
Good style.
Yes. Yeah. So, and all the moms were like, cool and interesting, and from a wide variety of industries. Not just like there were people that were journalism, people that were like
queer moms or all straight.
Yes.
Oh, queer moms. Okay, great. I love that.
Yes, and and just all of it. Like it was just these were interesting women in a wide variety of industries that were also doing it at a level, right? Because all these women are also a little older, so like they've all been in their respective industries for a certain amount of time. So like I'm talking journalists, I'm talking like this, I'm talking PR people. Like everyone is like director, C-level above.
Okay, and then there's you.
And then there's Mom.
Did you tell them what you do?
Okay. I didn't anticipate this, but several people did know me from social media.
Stop it.
Yeah.
They've seen your stuff from social media?
Yes.
Oh my God. What was that? Like did they like well, I'm sure. Yeah. Did they go to you and be like, oh my God, I love your joke? Or like, did they like quote something of yours or something? Oh my God, no way.
They were fans.
They referenced?
Yeah, they're fans and they were like,
Stop it.
Compliment. Yes, it was embarrassing.
Do you think that's why they invited you in finally? Because
Absolutely
they
not,
saw your videos?
No.
Because why were they holding out? They were holding out.
Well, no, it's because like my son.
They've been hanging out without you.
Because it turns out, Peter, this is like going back to the why I can't judge. Because it turns out my son is a menace and is actively the enemy of many of these children's daughters, like these parents' daughters. Because my son is a menace. He is toxic. Like. It's very bizarre. What do you mean?
Is he like pinching them and running away or something?
No. He's just a fucking terror. Like, I was realizing this at this dinner party where, like, I think my son code switches from ethnic nerd at home to aggro bro at school.
Stop it.
Yes. Like
in what way?
Like, I was telling him about...
How do you know he's being a menace, I guess? Like, did someone say something?
Just, like, the sort of pregnant pauses surrounding, like, why our kids aren't friends. I mean, one, the gender of the children definitely has an impact on things. Because he's not a gentle boy. He is absolutely not a gentle boy.
Are there no other boys in these groups, or it's all girls?
All the cool moms, aside from a couple of them, and they have gentle boys, they're girl moms.
Okay.
So that's certainly a part of it because they know each other that way, but yeah, he's not a gentle boy, and there are a couple of gentle boys. But my son is a gentle boy at home. He's an ethnic nerd. Like he is quiet.
He's showing you what you want to see.
Yes. And then he goes out there and he's code switching to this like aggro bro version
Brock
of himself.
Turner in the streets.
Yes. Yes, don't say that. No. Don't say that. That's literally my fucking nightmare. Literally my nightmare.
Wait, but like you're assuming out of pregnant pauses there's something missing. There's like I don't understand how you could assume that.
Because one of the moms was like, my daughter does call your son her enemy. And the thing, it broke my heart because this daughter 100% is like my favorite. Like, this girl is my favorite in his class. Like, I love her. She's like stylish. She and I like get each other. Like, as like an adult,
Yeah.
because I don't really even I don't fuck with kids like that really. Like, I don't really like children, but I like her and this other girl I really like, who's very mean. She's always just like, she is not mean, but she's very much like,
girl.
Yes, she's very much like, what's going on with you? Like, why are you
That's
an adult?
me.
Yes, like, why are you an adult that's like this? She's just
she sees right through you.
She stays right through you.
Yeah.
She's like, literally looked at me once and she's like, what do you do?
Yeah. You're looking at the sky like, what do I do?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm like,
have you heard of Two Kims One Pie, bitch? No. Is it on Spotify? Actually, it is.
like, it's a read like that where she's like, what's going on? Because like, I dress a little differently
Cuts
than
right
all
through
the
the core.
moms. She's just like, why do you dress like this? Like, her
What's
face.
this about?
What's this about? Like, why do you dress like a teen, but why are you a mom?
Okay,
And
so the other girl said he's her enemy too?
no, she's just doesn't even. I mean, she 100% looked at my daughter and was like, her head is so square. Like, I'm obsessed with this girl. Like, I fuck with her. I fuck with her. And she was like, your face is so square. And she's like,
You're like,
this.
you put your daughter down, you're like, we need to go on a break.
She literally went like this. Like this.
Square.
It's like a square. And then... And the thing is, like, you know what's
hilarious to be like not be able to defend your own daughter against this young child.
like, it's true because I was like, I couldn't go off because she's a fucking kid, but also I was like, yeah, there's a part of like, you know, and then I went to my son and I was like, you know, don't you think that's fucked up that like this girl
She
said
said that?
this, and my son.
I can't believe you're fanning flames. You're going home and you're spilling tea and planning. You're stirring the pot. You're not helping the situation at all. You're going home and be like, can you believe what this bitch said about your own sister? What are you gonna do?
And my
What do you
son,
feel about this?
And my son, without missing a beat, goes, "Yeah, Roblox."
He's like, yeah, the bitch Lego.
Like, didn't even. He was not like upset. Like, I didn't. I just got read twice by children.
It's so funny. Oh my god.
Like, without even, I was just like, isn't that messed up? And he's like, Roblox. Like, just pointed at her face and was like, Roblox.
And he goes back to his screen time.
Yes.
So when you mentioned the word enemy though, that's such a specific word.
I mean, these kids are Victorian because they're all like the gifted kids or whatever. So they're all using like elevated language to describe like regular ass shit. And
Well, I would have used Nemesis, but the fact that she used, you know, maybe step up your reading, pussy. But if you...
I mean,
Me going after a 7-year-old girl.
come to this pod to just to watch children be roasted. Guess what? Bridges will not be burned, but children will be roasted.
Now, here's the thing. The word enemy, I've used that in 2nd grade before.
Of course, yeah.
I used arch nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
But
I had an nemesis.
I called someone that.
Mm-hmm.
I called a boy that.
Yes.
No, sorry. I called a girl that.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. The reason why I called this girl, her name was Crystal Carpinell. She was a hot Filipina in 2nd grade. Like, she had earrings and she wore lip gloss in 2nd grade. I was like, this bitch fucks.
Yeah.
And I'm...
I mean, not literally, but yes, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But anyway, so all the boys were, like, in love with her.
Of course.
So...
A self-possessed 7-year-old? Like, get out of here.
Hello? Yeah. And therefore, she became my arch nemesis.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be her.
You wanted to serve cunt the way she was serving cunt.
Hello? And I could never serve cunt. And I am not that girl, and I never will be. So I knew that.
Yeah, me neither. I'm being read by a 7-year-old as a 40-year-old mom.
You're not serving cunt, you're not serving pussy, you're not serving fish. You're serving beef, hon. You're serving roast beef. Now.
I'm actually hoping to serve you better. Like, what can I do to help your
Anyway, so
today?
my point is, I called her that because I was jealous of her, not because like I hated her or something. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I thought of it as hate, but it was really because like she was in a station, in a position that I wanted to be in.
For sure.
So I wonder if, because like your enemy feels like there is a chess happening. You know, there are moves back and forth.
Yeah.
That's what you call an enemy. You know, like if someone's just being mean to you, you call them your bully.
Yes.
Because you're a victim.
Yeah.
But an enemy is not a victim. It's a tit for tat.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You're going back and forth.
I think that game of chess is being entirely played on her end. My son is too dumb for that. Like, too emotionally,
That's
like,
what you think. He's presenting dumb ethnic nerd.
Yeah.
At home. But he's maybe a
code-switching,
brilliant white jock.
Tech bro.
Angel investor. That's fascinating, Ju. Like the like intricacies of that complex world that he's living in is just so fascinating to me, because like as someone who like is his parents' age, and his like default uncle, because you have no kids, it's I find it so like delicious.
I mean, it's
to watch this happening.
I know, truly, like it's wild to watch, because we watch him. We go from literally in the car, him begging us to listen to NPR, and him knowing about the situation in the Ukraine, and then he goes out there. And I literally watch him go, bro, like totally just becoming like a bro, and
whoa,
it's very bizarre, because
what if your internal home is driving him into straight white male toxicity? Like, you know how children do the opposite of what they're like rebel? I
mean, then how? I that's the thing. It's like I
there's no win. There's no
win.
Lose.
Literally, I'm just like, what am I asked him directly. I've been begging him to explain this to me, and I'm just like, where are you getting this from? Like, I took a video of him working out. Like he wants to like build his muscles. He's like willing to work. I swear to God, Peter. And I'm like,
that's
where
not an
is
ethnic
this?
Nerd.
I know, and I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, because no one my daughter like started holding up her neck at like 6 weeks, and I was like, okay, she's the athlete. Okay, we are.
Takes a lot of neck to hold that square head up. A strong neck.
That's my daughter.
Yeah.
That's my daughter.
I've never. I mean, you sent me so many pictures of her. I don't understand the square head thing. She just looks like a baby. But that's really funny that people are coming for her. Not people. Second graders.
Second graders. Like, immediately. Like, no one called her cute. This girl was just like, her head is so square. Anyway,
That's so crazy.
But my son is, like, into working out. And I took a video of him just being like, what's happening? Explain to me why you need to work out. And he was like, because we need to obliterate the girls at field day next year. And I'm like, for you to use the word obliterate.
Oh, my God. Honestly, great vocab. But the intention behind it, violent.
And I think it's because the girl, the tallest and strongest person in their class is a girl.
Oh,
it's not even close. Yeah, it is not even close. Like,
so he's feeling Napoleonic,
but he's like, he's really tall. People think he's like 9. Not as tall as she is. Almost as tall as me, Peter.
Wow, and you're an adult.
I'm an adult. Like, she is.
You're short for an adult, but you are not a child.
I'm not a child.
No.
I'm not a girl, and not yet a woman.
All you need is time.
I mean, maybe this is the reason why these kids think they can talk to me this way. They're like, she's like,
because you don't. Yeah, exactly. Your stature.
And the fact that I guess I take it, like I do seem like a kind of adult that would like take it from a kid.
It is your top knot usually that gives it away. It's like, she sounds like an adult, but she doesn't look serious. Did you watch Succession?
Yes.
They're just repeating Logan Roy at the way.
You are not serious.
You are not a serious people. She's not serious people. And you're just standing there with your like crop top on and a top knot, like.
That's right. I mean.
Anyway, we've had a lot of fun today. This has been our episode for the day. For the week. Thanks so much for checking us out. We're ending a little early today because we have to do some work on our tour. So please come out. Again, August 2nd, Pittsburgh, City Winery. August 3rd, Philadelphia, City Winery. August 4th, New York City, Stand Up New York. August 5th, Boston, City Winery. Get your tickets at citywinery.com or Stand Up New York. We love you guys. Tune in next week. See you on the road.
Bye. Bye.